Hey, Red Lipstick Club, I'm back, you guys. I had to do a review of The Golden Bachelor for episode 2. I know I went live. If you missed the live, I'm so sorry you guys missed it. It was so much fun. I live streamed from a watch party event in my city. It was so fun. They went totally all out for it. I'll insert a little clip here so you guys can kind of see a little bit of the layout. Of what they did, but they had a black rose ceremony where you got to put your black rose in the glass jar of the woman you thought was going to go home. And I'll give you a little sneak peek. I got really close to winning a prize on who went home. Anywho, I still have a bit of a cough. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get over it. It's been a total nightmare. Today is Nebraska football day, so gotta represent my Huskers for sure. But if you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share if you want to. The Golden Bachelor is just getting started. This is only episode 2, so it's really easy for you to catch up. And honestly, you guys, I had to start watching it because I have never watched the Bachelor franchise, had no desire to watch it. And I couldn't even tell you how many seasons there have been. I literally just look right past it. But I will say this as soon as they said it was going to be a Golden Bachelor season where you have to be at least 60 plus to get on the show, I knew this was going to be an interesting dynamic, and I wanted to see how it would, I guess, play into how these relationships form with the Bachelor. And I'm clearly seeing now there's going to be a lot of trauma bonding happening on this season, and I'm going to tell you why. But first, this episode, excuse me, guys. So this episode, the women are at the beginning of the day, or I guess I don't know, night. I'm pretty sure it's daytime, but they're finding their rooms, right? So now, there's like the mad dash to find out where you're going to be sleeping while you are in this house. And I'm not going to go play for play, you guys, because honestly, I just want to talk about some standout moments. So you'll actually still go and watch the show. But I got to talk about these moments. Number one moment that stood out for me is they have these women in these rooms, just like they do any other reality series, like dating series. But you guys, these women are 60 plus years old. There's women that are 75, almost 80 years old on this show. I want you to tell me why they have bunk beds. I'm almost 40. I know. But also, I'm almost 40, y'all. I'm not trying to get on a bunk bed. I can't imagine my mom trying to jump on a bunk bed. The top, I don't care if it's bottom, top. Why are there bunk beds in here? It was crazy to me. I could not get over it. I think I talked about that on the live for 20 minutes straight because I could not believe they have these women on bunk beds. Is this ABC? I think it is. ABC do better, y'all. Like, come on. You know better than that. So anyway, they have that. There's no drawers. You're dealing with women of a certain age. So they're like used to life being a certain way. And I'm like, why aren't we making this comfortable for them? Like, it's already nerve-wracking to put yourself out there when you're in your 60s, any age at that matter, but especially when you're older. Why would you not make these living accommodations at least comfortable for these women so they can get a good night's rest and be like prepared for the next day? I don't know. It just seemed really just a complete oversight. And I'm just wondering like who's on the production team that saw this and didn't say to themselves, do I want my mom climbing up a ladder to get on a bunk bed? No, you don't. So that bothered me. So anyway, they find their rooms, they get together. They're going to do they're in this room together. And then now we're getting to one of the first dates. I don't know how these dates happen. If you're from Bachelor Nation and you watch this show, I want to know how it was decided that, what's her name? I'm going to tell you her name. I pulled it up on my side. Teresa, who's 70. I want to know how Teresa got picked for the first date. I know it was her birthday and all, but I want to know how that came to be. I was a little confused as to why she got this full blown out date so early on. I would have thought maybe because Faith got the first rose in episode 1 that she would have gotten this full date with him. But it's almost like she became immediately out of sight, out of mind. And that was odd to me. And I was like, this is kind of a mind F-U-C-K. Like if I was Faith. So Teresa's cute. She seems she feels like a grandma to me. She just feels sweet and nice and wholesome. So I like that about her, and I can see why she's cute and petite. So I can see why he would want to maybe get to know her, spend time with her. So then here comes, you guys, the one of the funniest moments. Not funny, actually scary. First it was scary because I was like, these people are in this little bitty convertible. He pulls up in this old school cute convertible and picks her up for the date. And they are y'all on a California, probably LA highway. You know how crazy and dangerous those highways are. It's really dark. I don't know if Gerry can even see at night, let alone be driving at night. And they have this man driving in this little bitty car on a LA freeway, and you could tell he was like panicked, and she was panicked, right? They're like, oh my God, like, why are we on this highway at night knowing neither one of us can see? This is dangerous. And he's never driven on a California highway at that. So once again, production, why is this man on this highway? But I thought this was really sweet because she reaches over and like just rubs his back, because it was almost like she could feel his stress, and she didn't yell, she didn't panic, she just like kind of rubbed his back and was like, hey, I'm with you, like, I get it, this is stressful. And he mentioned that after the fact, like, thanks for just having my back during that moment and just kind of like calming me down, because you could easily just completely lose it in that situation. My mom almost refuses to go on the highway, and she's in her 60s. She hates it. It's really terrifying for her. So I can just imagine them being on that highway, let alone a California highway. That was crazy. So they did this whole diner date. It was kind of staged. I mean, they had like this random song and dance flash mob breakout to Don't Stop Believing. I mean, okay, it was cute. Then they go outside and they have like this movie theme scene, and ends up giving her a rose. And I mean, they basically were recreating a movie scene for her. And I'm thinking, as a woman, like, is it great? Sure. Like, oh man, you know, everyone would love to have that moment. But at the same time, I see why so many of these relationships fail afterwards. Because if that's how you're setting up a relationship to be like that, I mean, the expectations are pretty high. And those are kind of hard to meet or ever in life exceed again. But they seem like they had great chemistry. But this was like another time where we were seeing, this is like the start of the my dead spouse trauma bond that's happening throughout the episode. And I'm just wondering, I'm worried that the whole season is going to be my spouse died trauma bonding, and he's going to start picking women based off that. And I get the connection, because who else would understand your position that other than someone that's lived it themselves? But at the same time, are you really picking somebody that's the best fit for you? Or are you picking somebody because you created this trauma bond with him? And he seems kind of like an emotional guy, so I could see him making emotional decisions like that. We'll see, but this was one of many trauma bonds through dead spouses that we witnessed with these two. As they fast forward into the episode, now they're going to do a cute like team thing. They had like a team date. Not everybody got to go on the team date. This is just in my opinion, this is just another way to start weeding people out. So if you didn't stand out on the first night, if you didn't make this date event, you're screwed. You're basically going to go home. Unless he made a really great connection with you that first night, you can pretty much say he was already starting to weed out the women that he probably knew he really wasn't interested in, or in that pile of women that didn't get the date. And he also probably threw a few in there of women that he was pretty sure he was going to move forward with and didn't really need to know more about them. Like, he was convinced at that point that he was going to keep them around. And I'm pretty sure Faith was one of those. I don't think Faith was on this date. I'm almost positive she wasn't. And I think he already knew at that point he didn't need to get to know more about her in that moment, because she did get quite a bit of time in the first episode. So they're having the women pick out different outfits. They broke them up by different decades, I guess, like a hippie 60s, 70s vibe, an 80s vibe. Oh, and then they also did kind of like a Gone with, I don't know if it's Gone with the Wind. Like a Victorian Gone with the Wind type thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. So they kind of broke them up in groups, and they were going to be basically doing like photo shoots. And he was like dressed up like Fabio, and they put this terrible wig on this man. They did not need that wig. They could have just had really cute photo shoots and make romance novel covers, but I guess they were trying to make it cute and kitschy and fun. And the women were total great sports about it. But I did notice that, I gotta get the names because I want to start remembering these people's names. Leslie, who's 64, she's the fitness instructor. She's stunning. She was upset because what's her name? Natasha got this like 70s, 60s vibe look that she really wanted. And she was like, well, I'm the hippie. She was like really upset about this outfit. And I'm thinking to myself, little does she know, she got this like rocker, like Sandy D type motorcycle look, which was super hot, way hotter than the 70s look. I'm like, girl, you actually pick the right one. You need to be in this outfit. Way better than that 70s getup. So actually, to me, worked in her favor. And I think he probably was more attracted to her in that than he would have been in her in that 70s outfit. So here's to say the photo shoots were corny, but it was cute to see them all interact. And then one of the women, I'm pretty sure, I have to look at my list, y'all, because there's too many women at this point to remember them all. I want to say it was Christina. Pretty sure it was Christina who like broke out crying. And she was one that picked, they had like a wedding dress group too that were in wedding gowns. And so she picked one of the wedding gowns to wear. And she ended up having a moment. And they're like, girl, what's going on with you? And she's like, I have not been in a wedding gown since I got married. And she's another woman whose spouse had passed away. So it's like all this trauma. I'm like, I have never watched a reality show like this where so many spouses had passed away. And I said, wow, I guess when you think about it, it's Golden Bachelor. That's a reality for a lot of these women, especially 60-plus-year-old women. A lot of these women are single because their spouses died. It was kind of crazy. I'm like, a lot of these women are widowed. So I was like, whoa, this is kind of tough. So she was kind of upset about that. And Gerry, being the nice guy he is, eventually goes and spends some time with her. And they, once again, trauma bond over that. And down the line, when they're giving away the rose, like I got kind of like a first impression type rose, another one, he gives it to her. And everyone seemed happy for her. They're like, we really like her. She deserved it. We know it was hard for her. I don't know if that was real or staged at this point for her to have a moment. It's a show. But whatever she did, it worked. So that ended up happening. Then our cute Kris Jenner lookalike, which I'm actually loving, Susan, who looks like Kris Jenner. She seems really sweet and like loving. Like she was helping Teresa do her hair when she was going on her solo date. And she's like cooking for the whole house and very Italian mom. And just, you know, nice. And actually I feel like she's super sexy. They did like a little party for Gerry. It was his birthday apparently. And she like pops out the cake. Sorry guys. She pops out the cake. They have a moment. I thought that was really cute. Just kind of them all hanging out, getting some solo time. The funniest person who I actually thought was going to go home, who I voted for with my black rose, was 70-year-old, I think she's 70. Yeah, 70-year-old Kathy. You got that. She looks like Caitlyn Jenner. So you know exactly who I'm talking about if you've watched this show. She looks just like Caitlyn Jenner. She's actually the comic relief of the show. But I'm like, I just don't see him being attracted to her. But I think because she's kind of funny, she might stick around. Number one, either for production or because he likes women that can make him laugh. Because physically, she moves like she's 90. Like some of the women on here that are 70 don't act. You wouldn't think they were 70. Kathy feels 70. She thinks she's not 70, but she's definitely giving me 70. So I don't know. It's interesting that they're like he's like keeping her around. But she is funny. She does have some good comic relief moments. So they do this whole party for him. It's like a cute little barbecue. Fast forward. Now they all know we're about to get to this point where we're going to do the final rose. And they kind of randomly throw Faith in there to try to throw us off. I'm like, he's not sending Faith home. The fact that I can remember her name tells you she's not going home. But nice try. In between this time, too, he also meets with another woman to hear about her dead husband and a trauma bond with her. Pretty sure that was Joan. Joan talked about her husband dying suddenly. And I'm like, I was like up to here, y'all, with like my husband died. It was crazy. It was like so much trauma bonding. I was like, oh my God, how many times am I going to hear somebody's husband died in this one episode? It was a lot. Either way it goes, it's still cute. The whole setup with all of them having a good time, it was still cute. So we get to the rose ceremony. He gives his first rose to the really cute one, Leslie, who wanted the 70s outfit and ended up with the cute biker outfit. So she was like stressed out for no reason. He's handing out all the roses. They're trying to make us believe Faith isn't going to get one. And she's like, oh, what am I going to do? I really want this man. Girl, relax. She ended up getting it. And it gets to the final rose, right? And old girl Kathy is one of the people left. I said, ain't no way he's going to send home all these other women over Kathy. And guess what? He gives the rose to Kathy. And I said, son of a... She should have went home. And I wanted to win the prize. And she should have went home. But he saved Kathy. Now, I thought this was kind of strange, y'all. I feel like Marina, and I feel like Marina was, I think she's Indian. She was stunning. She wore like the sari and stuff in the first episode. But she was like literally out of sight, out of mind for me. I feel like she was sent home. And I think her hair was a different color. Excuse me. I feel like her hair was a different color and it threw me off. I couldn't really tell if it was her or not. But she got sent home. Natasha got sent home with like the buzz cut. So quite a few women went home, actually. Pamela went home. I'm pretty sure Pamela went home. There was like 4 or 5 of them that went home. So he's like dwindling down the numbers at this point. And he gets misty-eyed again. Well, I don't know if it feels pretty genuine. He just feels like an emotional guy, honestly. He just feels like someone that, he just feels bad sending women home. I mean, how often has he dealt with something like this? He's married to his high school sweetheart. What's his dating record like? His only dating experience has been high school. So he doesn't know what it feels like to just be like rejecting women left and right like that. As handsome as he is, he has no idea what that feels like. So it was interesting, you guys. I'm going to still keep watching it. I think I'm going to go next time and just kind of enjoy myself at the watch party and then do the video like this for you guys. And every blue moon, I'll jump on the live and let you guys kind of see what's happening there. But if you have one in your area, maybe look around because you might, this just popped up for me because I was looking up Golden Bachelor online and it just popped up in the algorithm that somebody was throwing a party like this. But I was saying, wouldn't it be awesome if they had a Sister Wives of this? I feel like more places should be having Sister Wives watch parties. And I'm going to at least at this hotel, I'm going to talk to them and see if it's something they want to do because I feel like they would pack the place out for Sister Wives. They think the Golden Bachelor is popular. Sister Wives fandom is real. So, I don't know. I think that would be fun. Anyway, you guys, hope you liked my little recap of the show. This is episode 2. You can watch it on ABC. It streams on Hulu. If you have regular Hulu, you can watch it the next day. So today, Friday, you can watch it on Hulu. But I'm definitely going to be dropping another video that I've been really wanting to drop about Sister Wives this weekend. So look out for that prior to the episode this week. This is something I've been waiting to talk about. Something you guys have been lighting my comments up about. So I wonder what it is. Either way, I'm going to be dropping that soon. Like my page, guys, or like this video. Subscribe to my page. Share it. Thank you guys for coming. And put some comments below. What do you think of the Golden Bachelor so far? Do you like it? What do you think about it? Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to get the final rose? We'll see. I'll see you next time. Bye.